Babe, get home safe, okay? Aw, man, I wish you didn't have to go.
Me too. I wish I could stay with you forever.
Really? Should I go beg your father to let you stay with me? Sir, please allow me to take your daughter out for one last meal before she must return home.
Shouldn't you ask my mom too? Does her opinion not matter to you?
My lady, please let me spend the evening with your lovely daughter.
You are so goofy. I guess it wouldn't hurt if you walked me home. We could take our time. Spring has come. Look at all of these beautiful flowers. I wish they stayed like this all year round. I was starting to miss seeing them on the street.
If I had known you loved flowers so much, I would have bought them for you more often. I promise that for the rest of our lives, I'll get you as many flowers as you want. You deserve it.
That sounds nice. For the rest of our lives. That sounds so nice. I can't believe we're already preparing to get married. I love you so much.
I love you too. Let's get you home, miss.
Why, thank you, my kind sir.
You proposed to her! I mean, I'm excited for you, but shouldn't you have introduced us to her first? Like, officially. Mom, you did meet her. Remember, back when I was in college? You met her at my graduation ceremony. And don't you remember? You weren't the kindest to her. You didn't leave a very good first impression. Eve is a great girl and her family is the best. You're going to love her.
Yes, you're right. I was a real jerk back then. I regret what I said. But you know, you two are still so young and now you're already planning to get married. I think it's only fair for you to introduce her to your family before jumping into such a serious commitment.
Okay, fine. How about I bring her over for dinner sometime soon? You can meet her again and calm your nerves.
That might help, but I'm still frustrated with you. Do our opinions not matter to you? I mean, the last time I met her, what did she say she does? Freelance. She works from home, right?
Yeah, she works from home. But why does that matter to you?
Well, I was talking to my friends today, the girls from church. You know them, don't you? Anyways, we went to go get some brunch and we were chatting about how your girlfriend works from home. We started wondering what exactly she does. I mean, people who work from home are kind of lazy. They just stay home all day, relaxing in their pajamas, eating whatever they want, and taking their sweet time. That doesn't sound very responsible to me.
Oh my God, honey. How can you say that? Nowadays, it's normal for people to work from home, especially after COVID. If anything, I think that people who work from home and do so successfully are more responsible than the general public. They have to be in order to stay on top of their work.
People who can make a living from home are just privileged. They don't have to put in nearly as much effort as people who are actually out in the workforce. How does one even work from home? It sounds like it would be much easier to take advantage of your work if you're doing it from home, since there are no supervisors to hold you accountable. It is much more respectable to get out of the house and actually put in some hard work.
Mom, you're being so judgmental. It requires a lot of self-control to work from home and to do so successfully. Eve is not lazy and she is constantly working. You have nothing to worry about.
Okay, fine. Do you at least know how much money she's making with this kind of job?
Not really. I know she makes enough to keep herself financially stable, but I've never actually asked her how much she makes.
How can my son be so stupid? You have to know how much money she is making before getting married. Your finances will be tied together soon. I'm getting old and don't know how much longer I'll be around for you. I just want you to be smart about these kinds of major life decisions. And you know, you need to start thinking about how you're going to help your father and I once we get too old.
That's a big change in topic. Mom, you guys aren't even that old yet. You're only in your mid-60s. You have plenty of time. Why are you so curious about how I am preparing to take care of you guys? I deserve to know. You're going to get married and start saving for a house, and then what? You're going to take out more loans and be deep in debt. Not to mention the rate of divorce has continued to rise these past few years. Do you know how hard it is to get divorced when you start to share everything in your life?
Why would you bring up divorce? I think you're just trying to scare him out of this marriage. Didn't you say her father passed away? That could be something to consider.
Dad, why are you switching up all of a sudden? Yes, her father passed away suddenly when we were still in school. This is what I'm talking about. We should know about this kind of stuff before you legally make her a part of our family. I think you aren't fully prepared to get married. I'm just worried about you and your future. I understand that you want to protect me, but this feels like a bit much.
You're right. Sorry for taking your mom's side for a second. We just care about you and we want you to be prepared. We started preparing for retirement later than we should have. We didn't really start taking it seriously until you graduated from university. We just want to make sure you are ready for this level of commitment. When did you start thinking about marriage?
I think I've always known she is the one, but I really started to consider it about 6 months ago. Only 6 months? My God, I knew you were rushing into this. You didn't ask us what we thought about this. You haven't introduced her to us, and now you contact us out of nowhere saying you're getting married. Don't you see why I am upset? Okay, I'm done with this conversation. We can plan a day for you guys to meet Eve officially. I promise I'll get in touch with you more often. I love you guys, and I do care about what you think. I just want you to support me. That's all. Thank you for telling me how you feel. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings or make you feel left out. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate the acknowledgement. I need to go now.
Okay. We're sorry for getting upset with you. Let's just leave it for now and we can talk about this again later. What matters the most is that you are happy and excited to marry someone you love. Are you willing to chat with me about this later?
Of course, Dad. I can't stand you two. This is so frustrating for me. I am angry. Mom, I thought we were moving past this. You need to think about things before you do them. Think about how you've only ever lived on your own. How are you going to transition well into a married life?
Christina, just leave it. There's no need for you to be this possessive of your son. Just wait a little. I think everything is going to turn out better than you think.
I don't think so. I'm sure that this is going to ruin his life. I feel like I failed you, Jared. I thought I raised you better than this. Please don't marry that horrible girl. Everything at home is about the same. It doesn't seem like Eve's been working as much as usual, though. In fact, she hasn't been doing anything the past few days. Maybe Mom's right, and this is a bad idea. After that, the professor said I can join their class even though we are already a few weeks into the semester. This is great news. Hello? Hey! Are you listening to me? You keep zoning out. You've been really quiet ever since you got here. Is everything okay? It's nothing. I'm just thinking about some stuff that happened at work. I'm sorry I haven't been paying attention. What were you talking about? Oh, nothing important. Just some stuff about school. Okay, I guess we should do what we planned to today. We need to figure out how much money we both make combined, and we can start figuring out a budget. How much money do you have saved up for our wedding? That will help us figure out what we can afford and what is most important for us. For the wedding? I think I have about $25,000 put aside for it right now. What about you? Nice. I've put aside about the same amount. Oh, really? I meant to ask before, but how is your work going? Has it been better than working in at the office? It has been amazing. I prefer working at home to working in the office. I feel like my time is much more flexible, and I'm able to get so much more done when I'm at home compared to when I'm in the office. I think this is really going to help me improve my working skills and will help me continue to be good at managing multiple things at the same time. Why? Do you not like the idea of having a wife who works from home? Of course not. Of course not. You know I'm not that kind of person.
You make a very similar salary as you did before, and I don't see any reason for you to not do it. I think it's becoming more common for people to work from home. So, how is the work itself? I mean, I'm curious, because you know I work at the office and we have fairly similar positions. I don't know much about freelance work, though.
The thing with freelance is that it ebbs and flows. Sometimes I get more business than other times, but thanks to the popularity of this kind of media content, I've been consistently getting good-paying projects. You already knew that, though, didn't you? I think most people know that freelance is a very up-and-down kind of job. Why are you suddenly curious about how my work is going? Now that we're getting married, are you worried I won't be contributing enough?
No, I'm not worried at all. I was just thinking about it and realized I don't really know very much about it. Forget about it. Sorry I brought it up. Let's go get something yummy to eat.
Okay. I could go for some food right now. That's weird. Ever since he proposed, he's been whispering to himself and zoning out. He seems more absent when we're together, and he always seems to hesitate before answering. What's going on?
Hi guys, nice to see you both. Wow, you guys got me so many gifts. That is so sweet of you. We wanted to cook for you guys, so why did you bring us all of this nice food? And oh my, are these thick-cut ribs? These must have been expensive.
Since it's our first time officially meeting, I wanted to make a good first impression on you. Jared said you love to grill steak and cook ribs, so I thought I should bring you some. It looks like you guys are still prepping all of the food. Sorry we got here so early. Can I help you with anything?
Oh no, you just sit over there and relax.
Yes, just relax, dear. We want to treat you guys to a nice meal. Hey, Jared, come with me for a minute, please. I need to speak with you.
Okay, Mom. Babe, can you wait here for a few minutes? You can keep my dad and brother company while I'm gone.
Of course. Take your time.
What's up, Mom? Is everything okay?
Hey, don't what's up me! Did you or did you not figure out what her salary is?
No, I didn't ask outright, but we have similar savings for our wedding. I'm guessing we make pretty similar salaries.
I should have known you wouldn't ask her. You really are spineless. I know it's only been a week since you were engaged, but maybe she just took that money out of her general savings. How do you know she made all that money this month? You need to find out exactly how much money she is making, not just an estimate. It's absurd that my eldest boy is this stupid. I feel like I'm being stabbed in the back.
Mom, what's going on? Why are you yelling at Jared?
Don't worry about it. This doesn't concern you. Besides, you've got your own stuff to worry about. Did your brother tell you that he lost his job? And he lied to us about it, saying the company is still doing fine.
Mom, I didn't lie to you. The company is still doing fine. It's just that I'm not working there anymore. After the loss of the Canada branch, they took some major hits. Lots of people got laid off, not just me.
I know it's not your fault, honey. I'm sorry I got mad. But are you really going to stay around the house all the time like this? I miss having some peace and quiet around here. Okay, the food should almost be done about now. Let's go eat.
I'm not here all the time.
Shut it. I don't want to hear another peep out of you. Either of you. Don't keep hanging around here and hurry up and start looking for other jobs, why don't you? Honey, is the food ready? Albert and Jared are both ready to eat, and so am I. Oh, and I'm sure what's-her-name is ready for some food, too.
Eve. Her name is Eve.
I'm sure Eve is also hungry.
It's done. Come on in and let's eat.
Wow, the food looks delicious. Thank you both so much for inviting us over to eat together. Anytime. Enjoy your meal, dear. So, Jared's been pretty quiet these days, hasn't he? I feel like I haven't heard much about your life.
Can I ask about what you've been doing?
Mom, what do you mean I've been quiet? What haven't I told you?
Oh, there are so many things you haven't told me. I'm just saying you sprung the idea of marriage on us very suddenly. We haven't heard from you in a while, and now all of a sudden you're bringing your future wife by. We're about to be family, aren't we? Let's show her how close our family is.
Yeah.
Why? Does this kind of conversation make you uncomfortable? What do you think, Eve? Shouldn't he be more open with me? I can see why you'd want him to be more honest with you. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. Well, how about you, Eve? Can I ask you some questions about yourself to get to know you better? Are you an open person? Of course you can. If there's anything you're curious about, don't hesitate to ask. I guess I'm most curious about your work. I don't know much about what you do. Did you say you work from doing freelance? How is that going? Do you make a good living doing that? It's going really well. I make about the same I would if I was working for a company. There's a little gap between my pay and what I would get working somewhere else, but it's so small that I don't mind. Recently, I've thought about going back to school and studying more, so I'm starting to reduce my workload a bit. What? You're reducing the amount of work you're doing. You're about to get married and suddenly you're going to quit working. Even people who work normal jobs have to continue to work while they prepare to get married. Am I wrong? What do you think, Albert?
You're right, but I don't think it's bad to take a little break leading up to the wedding. Sometimes it's a good chance to get some rest and relax a little.
That's how I look at it. I'm using it as a chance to get some rest and do some extra studying. I've been thinking of changing up my career path. I've always been interested in psychology and even thought about pursuing a master's degree in it. I have a bachelor's right now, but I think I'm going to transfer to the university Jared graduated from last year. Actually, I spoke to one of the professors for the classes I need to take starting this semester, and they said I can join their class even though I'm starting a few weeks late.
A master's degree? What made you suddenly decide you want to pursue further schooling?
Well, I've always thought about going into the psychology field, but I got nervous about doing more school just because of how intimidating student debt is. But I talked to Jared about it, and he said I should go for it. The work I'm doing now is going to be really helpful in funding my education, and I can keep doing it part-time while I go back to school. Besides, the projects I'm working on now will help give me more experience in the field, which is great.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. How are your family doing? How's your brother?
Oh, actually, I don't have a brother. I just have one younger sister. Did Jared not tell you? Jared, did you not tell her?
I totally forgot. Her younger sister is in college. She goes to Brown University. Isn't that cool?
Brown University? As in the Ivy League school?
Wow, her tuition must be so expensive.
It is very expensive. I help her out here and there by sending her some money. But the tuition is still really high, so she works a part-time job and took out some loans. I know how hard it is to pay for school, and I can't imagine how tough it is to go to such an expensive and competitive university. That's why I try to help her when I can. Right now, she's preparing for finals. I don't think you should be sending her money out of the blue like that.
I mean, she is an adult now, right? She needs to take care of everything on her own. How can she ask her sister for money and then use it so selfishly? I guess your sister isn't very classy, is she? Oh my god! What if she tries to steal money from us too someday?
Oh, we would never expect you guys to give us money. She only just turned 20, so she doesn't have much yet. Some people might try to take advantage of their family and friends, but not her. She never asks for the money. I just send it because I care about her.
Okay, sorry for assuming. Let's just forget I brought it up, indeed. They are definitely going to try and steal our money. I can feel it. They're just trying to use us for our money. She's not taking time off of work just to study. She wants to be lazy and mooch off of Jared. I knew she was a good-for-nothing bum. This means war. I can't believe our baby boy is getting married. Am I dreaming or what? Eve, would you mind giving me your phone number? I want to be able to talk to you more. Maybe we can go out and get some coffee together sometime soon.
It does seem like now would be a good time to exchange contact information. Is that okay with you, babe?
Yes, I would love to give you my number. I don't have a business card or anything like that, but if you give me your phone, I can put in my contact info for you.
Okay, yes. Here it is. I am so excited to spend more time with you, dear. I think I should come over more often to help you guys take care of the house.
That would be lovely.
Jared, are you seriously going to marry this girl? Didn't you hear her earlier? She's practically throwing her money away and giving it to her sister. And now she's trying to quit working. What is this nonsense? If she doesn't want to work, she should just go live with her parents. Why is she trying to mooch off of you? I see what you're saying, Mom. I didn't know about her sending money to her sister. Plus, you're right. She won't disclose how much money she is making, and now she doesn't want to work. That can't be a good sign. You were there too, Dad. What do you think about all of this?
I don't know, but I can see where your mother is coming from. It's hard because there's not a 100% guarantee for work, which is definitely something to be concerned about. I think it would be nice to work freelance or as a contractor, but I feel like it would have more cons than pros. What's more concerning to me is that now that she is about to get married, she suddenly wants to quit working and go back to school. Isn't that kind of weird timing?
That's what I was trying to tell you! She's just trying to use the situation as a chance to get out of having to work. She just wants her life to be easy. Who in their right mind wants to go back to school while getting married? Well, I talked to her about it, and I'm the one who encouraged her to go for it. She mentioned that she wished she had been able to stay in school for a bit longer, but didn't want to pursue it because she was scared it would be burdensome. I told her that these days it's important to get quality education, and that I would support her decision. I'm glad you two are more focused on the education part, but I think the most important issue of them all is her job. I did some research on the internet, and from what I heard, freelancers make next to nothing. And she's spending all of her extra money on her sister, which is worrisome. You said you didn't know about that, right? Yeah, I had no idea she's been sending her money. Apparently, her sister was supposed to receive some scholarship or grant, but something happened and it fell through. I'll talk to her about it later. You're going to bring this up again just so she can lie to you? I don't think she's going to lie to me. Let's just drop this for now, okay? I'm getting tired. I am 100% against this marriage. I don't want you to marry this girl. You know that, right? It sounds like you're going to have to help her take care of her sister. This is no way for you to live. I will object. If you make it to the altar, I promise you I am going to object.
Honey, where did you put your phone? Let's give her a call.
Hello. Is this Eve? Hi, it's Christina, Jared's mom. How about we meet up for some coffee tomorrow morning?
Mrs. Olson, you saw me yesterday, but you already want to meet me again. Is there something else you'd like to talk to me about? Is there something you didn't get to mention yesterday?
You know, my son is really good at studying and is a very smart boy. But people don't seem to realize that. There was something I wanted to ask you yesterday, but I didn't have the chance to do so. We could all tell you were starting to get uncomfortable because I bombarded you with questions and he made me stop. I wanted a chance to speak to you some more, and that's why I asked to meet you here.
Ah, is this about me wanting to go back to school? I could sense you weren't too happy when I said I'm planning on reducing my hours. I already spoke to Jared about it, and it's something I've always wanted to pursue, so he encouraged me.
I understand that you want to go back to school, but my question is, why now? Do you really have to go back right now? I mean, do you have a good reason to do so?
Well, the main reason is that I think it will help me get the kind of job I want, and it goes hand in hand with what I'm doing now. Additionally, I felt like this is a really good opportunity for me. I could always wait, but that would push back some of my other goals. Are you unhappy with my decision?
You understand why I don't like the idea, right? There is more than one or two reasons why this is a bad decision. You're a freelancer working remotely. How much money do you make a month? It can't be much. I told you all before that I make about the same that I would as a salary worker at a competing company. Do you not like that I work from home?
You keep saying you work remotely, but I've heard there are so many people nowadays just pretending to work and running scams out of their homes. Are you one of those scam artists? Or perhaps you have another, worse job you're too ashamed to tell us about.
Mrs. Olson, no, wait, I think I should just call you by your name. Christina.
You can't call me by my first name!
Since I'm not your daughter-in-law yet, I don't think I owe you that level of respect. I'll speak quickly so we can get this over with. Ever since this morning, all you have talked to me about is how my job works and how it's a bad thing that I'm working from home. You got extremely upset when I mentioned wanting to reduce my work and focus on my education again. Not to mention that you keep bringing up how I'm helping my sister out financially and accusing us of trying to steal from you in the future. It seems like there is something else you want to say to me. So hurry up and tell me what it is.
Wow. I guess you're not as much of a pushover as I thought. You lack manners. How dare you call me by my first name? Don't you know that you should call your spouse's parent by their last name or by their title? You can either call me Mrs. Olson or ma'am. Nothing else.
I'm sure I could think of some other names I could call you too.
How dare you! You horrible woman! I can't stand to think of the life my son will have to live if he stays in this relationship with you. You are going to take advantage of him, and he is going to have to work more to pay all of the bills. After you get married, you're going to get lazier and lazier and give all of his money to your sister. Before you know it, she'll be moving in with you guys. I will not allow you to do this to Jared. You can't ruin his life.
Thank you for sharing your true feelings with me. It's clear that you do not like me at all. You have made many assumptions about me without even trying to get to know me. Strangely enough, I felt like all of the questions you were asking me were related to money. You're worried I don't make enough money and I'm going to rely on Jared for everything, right?
That's literally what I've been saying this whole time. You're trying to steal my money too. I will not allow this. You need to leave my son immediately. I know you and your sister are going to pull a con on us soon.
Hold up. A con? You think we are trying to con you guys? Why on earth would we be doing that? I cannot understand your line of thinking. You are a deeply paranoid and biased person. For the record, I am not planning on just staying home and being lazy. I am a hardworking person. I want to live a successful and fulfilling life. Studying is a way for me to further my career and increase my chances of finding better work in the future.
Ugh! You just keep giving me more reasons to hate you. Oh my god! You're such an unlikable person! If you really want to marry my son, you need to give up the idea of going back to school and get a real job so you can help pitch in. Otherwise, you're just going to rot at home and eat yourself to death. You're going to get so fat and lazy, no one will be able to recognize you. I will not allow my baby boy to live like this.
What did you just say to me? You're meeting me for the first time today, and all you can tell me is all the reasons you hate me. If you care so much about how much money I'm making per month, maybe you should check in with Jared and ask him how much he is making.
There's no need for me to ask him about that kind of stuff. He's got a good salary job with lots of benefits. He's doing well, especially for someone who just graduated. If I compare you two, it's obvious who the harder working one is. Hint, hint, it is not you. I think you are going to expect my son to take responsibility for everything in your life. The bills, food, the house, your sister. Everything. What? Are you mad because I'm right?
Thank you for showing your true colors so early on, Christina. Has anyone ever told you how overbearing you are? I think you owe me an apology. All you have done today is yell at me and accuse me of being a horrible person. You've called me names, shamed my job, and implied that I am a con artist. I think you need some serious help because the level of paranoia you have is worrisome.
I need help. I'm paranoid. Okay, if you want to be a jerk, I think I can be a jerk too. I have more to say. You will not get anything from my son. I will not allow him to give you anything. You are nothing. You lack success and brains. You are a disappointment to your family, and I would be ashamed to share the same last name as you.
Are you done? I've said everything I wanted to say to you, so I think we should end this now. I work at home, but you know what? I earn more money than your son. I told you that I make about the same as the salary of someone else in the same industry at a company, but you know what? I was lying. I make way more than that. I do not need to rely on Jared for anything financially. If anything, he may need to rely on me. That's funny coming from you. You're crossing the line right now, little girl. I suggest you stop while you're ahead. Or else. Or else what? Are you threatening me right now? I think that you are a liar and everything you've told us about yourself is fake. I hope that Jared comes to his senses and dumps you. Marrying you is the worst mistake he could ever make. All right, I'm done. I don't want to speak to you anymore. So just go on and keep thinking about it, okay? I'm glad I found out early on what kind of person you are. I would hate to find out after I'm bound to the family. Thank you for giving me some insight into Jared's life before marrying him. I worked so hard to protect him from brats like you. I don't want him to waste his time with scum like you. I'm sure you'll meet another guy who is more your type. More your level. Because Jared is way out of your league. Yeah, I'm so horrible for your son, blah, blah, blah. Well, thanks to you, I think I'm going to meet someone who is way better for me. I really like Jared, but it turns out his parents are demons from hell. I think that he would be ashamed of you if he could hear everything you've said to me. He must be embarrassed to have to call you his mom. If I were him, I would disown you. Well, it was great chatting with you. Thanks for the coffee. This has been a very insightful conversation. Well, I better be going. I have much better things to be doing with my time. Huh, like what? It's not like you're going to go do any work. You have no class. You are just trash. You are nothing. Why do you suddenly want us to report our income? What is this? Eve, isn't this last year's income report? Didn't you mean to send me the report for the first half of this year? It's already September. No matter how much I think about it, I am so angry. If you allow your mother to treat me like this and shame me for my life choices, I don't want to get married to you. She keeps saying I am not up to her standards, but maybe you're not up to mine. I wanted to tell you this, and that's why I called. Why are you suddenly saying you don't want to marry me? I met with your mom a little while ago, and she told me that she can't stand to see you marry a lazy person like me. She accused me of playing around at home and not really working. It is apparent that she is extremely biased and judgmental when she doesn't even know me. She told me if I really want to marry you, I will need to get a real job and give up my studies. It's over. Let's just cancel the wedding. Babe, you're breaking up with me? Out of nowhere? Let's just talk this through. My mom is ignorant. She doesn't understand newer remote jobs, and she is clueless to freelance and contracting work. No, this isn't out of nowhere. I've been thinking about this for a while now. You've been acting super weird lately. You zone out when we talk and you mumble to yourself constantly. You hesitate to say what you really want to, and I'm starting to think that you're being influenced by your parents. I'm guessing this is why you've been so distant lately. Babe, you've misunderstood. I'm sorry I've been acting weird, but it has nothing to do with my mom. Let's just meet up and talk about this, okay? I don't think we should do this over the phone. I'll come to you. Where are you? Don't bother. I spoke to your mom earlier and I made up my mind. I don't think we should pursue this relationship anymore. Your mom is the type of person to attack you before you have a chance to explain yourself, and it seems like everyone around her listens to her nonsense. I can only imagine how exhausting it would be to be a part of the family and have to listen to her all the time. I don't think it's worth trying to get through this because we can't change your mom. She is toxic and manipulative, and I wouldn't be surprised if she was emotionally abusive too. The best thing for us to do is just break up. My mom just doesn't know better, and she's a little overprotective. I think we can still get through this. Okay, and what? You want me to do everything your mom says? Should I change my life to fit into her standards? I save my money well, and I earn a lot, just like you. I'm helping my sister out because I love her and she is working so hard in school. If that's irresponsible and unreasonable for her, then I will not get along with her. She just doesn't realize how rude she comes off sometimes. What gives you the right to speak so badly about my mom? You don't know her. It's normal for mothers to be protective of their children. She's just trying to protect me. And what, am I not allowed to talk to myself? Am I not allowed to be weird every once in a while?
It's not that you can't be weird. It's that you're trying to hide the fact that you're acting differently. If I were to ask someone on the street if this was a strange situation or not, I guarantee they would be on my side. Your mom has a very closed mind and is not open to change. I'm sure you love her, but I am happy that she's not in my life. Got it? We're done here.
Hello? Eve? What the heck is she talking about? And how could she just hang up on me like that? Mom, you're home? Where were you just now? Don't tell me you just met with Eve and spent the whole time lecturing her. Why? Are you mad at me now too? That girl is a witch! She is no good for you. I think you just need to dump her and move on. You are way out of her league. Huh. What did you just say? I asked, what did you just say? You heard me. Dump her. She is lazy and is a liar. She doesn't work hard at home. She's just resting and wasting her life away. I told her that if she wants to marry you, she needs to get a real job. Like everyone else, she needs to work to make a living. If she doesn't, whose money do you think she's going to use? Yours. She's going to use your hard-earned money for her own lazy lifestyle. How am I supposed to fix this? You've ruined everything. Thanks to you, she already called off the engagement. I think this is more of a loss for me than it is for her. If you want to know so bad about how much she makes, just take a look for yourself. Let's see, how much did she make last year? What? She's been making $7,000 a month. I told you. She said she's making about the same as me, but it's actually more. She's making $3,000 more than me each month. We are both well off. She has been earning and saving more money than me for over a year now. These are last year's statements. I told you not to worry about it. I estimated how much she was making, and you said I needed to push and figure out exactly how much. That girl is so funny. She knew we wanted to know how much she makes, but she never told us. This would have cleared everything up. Why can't you young people just be honest? I mean, I'm just curious why she's keeping her annual earnings to herself. If I made this kind of salary, I'd be showing off to all my friends and family. Yeah. How many times did I tell you to ask her? She should have just told us about this sooner. Why wait until now? Is she trying to rub this in my face? Yeah, probably. You made her so mad, of course she waited until she ended everything to reveal how much she makes. All you ever asked her about was her job and how much she makes, and you accused her of being lazy and not having a real job. Whatever that means. This is all your fault. You need to take responsibility for ruining my life. You better help me win her back, or else I'm never speaking to you again. Jared! Oh, wait, come back! Well, if she makes such good money, she should have just told me that in the first place. This is her own fault. Eve, hi. I brought you some coffee. You always drink coffee around 3 p.m., so I thought I would pick some up from your favorite cafe and bring it to you.
I'm good, thanks. I'm not going to accept anything from you ever again. Since you're here, I have something for you. Wait here.
Wait, where are you going?
I'll be back in 30 minutes. Here. Here's the engagement ring and the purse you got me. I don't think it's right for me to keep this, so take it with you. I don't need them anymore. I was going to send it in the mail, but since you're here, I might as well give it to you now. You saved me some time, so thanks. Double check and make sure they're in a good enough condition for you. I don't want to have to meet you again. There's no scratch or anything, so you should take it back to the jewelry store you got it from and get reimbursed. You and your mom both love money so much that you should be happy to see that kind of cash.
Do you really have to be like this? I didn't do anything wrong. This is all because of what my mom did. She's the one in the wrong, not me.
No, don't try to shift all of the blame onto her. You slowly started to take more interest in material things, just like her. I understand everything now. You were always talking behind my back while we dated, and I can tell that you guys gossiped about me. This is really bittersweet for me, you know. On one hand, I'm happy I left this relationship because I know it is going to be unhealthy and toxic. On the other hand, it is heartbreaking for me to have to let you go. It's sad, but it needs to be done.
But, Eve, doesn't everyone make mistakes like this? We all talk behind each other's backs sometimes. We cleared everything up and we figured this all out early on, so isn't it really a blessing in disguise? If you had told me how much money you really make, this never would have happened. We could have avoided all of this conflict to begin with.
You never explicitly asked me how much money I made, so how was I supposed to know it was so important to you? Yesterday was really upsetting for me. You and your family hurt my feelings. It felt like I was being stabbed in the back. Your parents kept nagging me and making me uncomfortable, but you didn't stand up for me at all. It was supposed to be a happy day. You could have at least put some effort in.
They nagged me too. They asked me the same kind of stuff.
Was there no chance for you to intervene? You couldn't tell them to back off? I tried to call you right after I left the coffee shop with your mom and you didn't answer. I had to wait a while for you to pick up. I believed you were the man I wanted to marry. I feel so stupid for that now. From now on, I am going to be much more cautious around people. This is going to be a sensitive topic for me for a long time. The more I think about it, the angrier I get. It just feels like you never really cared about me at all. After one conversation with your parents, you're suddenly worried about me trying to use you for your money. They put all of these crazy ideas into your head, and instead of coming to me to verify anything, you took their word for it. Wow. I am so thankful I don't have to marry into your family. I'm done explaining myself. Get out of here. I don't want you to ruin the rest of my day.
Eve! Eve! This is all because of her, not me! Don't leave me, please! Eve, I miss you so much. Please come back. Don't leave me alone like this.
Is he drunk again? Hey! Jared! You shouldn't be coming around here drunk. We can't sleep when you're shouting like that. Go back to your apartment. Why are you coming here to disturb us?
Jared, you're still drinking. Why aren't you getting over this? It's been a couple days. I thought you were stronger than this.
This is all your fault, Mom. Your fault. Now he won't speak to me anymore. You ruined my life. I just wanted to introduce her to you guys. I thought you were happy for me. I found the prettiest, smartest, most hardworking girl in the world. I asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And after one day with my family, she's gone. All you care about is money and status. You think people who make less money than you are less worthy of respect. Eve makes more money than me. She makes an insane amount of money for someone her age. And she's only going to earn more after getting another degree. It's your fault I'm going to spend the rest of my life alone.
Honey, I didn't realize that this would happen. I'm sorry. I admit I messed up. I tried to go visit her and apologize, but she wouldn't answer the door. I even tried calling, but I think I've been blocked or something. I didn't know anything about her because you don't tell us anything. How was I supposed to know she is so sensitive?
It's all over. She gave me back the ring and the bag I got her. Do you think she wants to meet with me again? No. She's done with me. I mean, she's done with you, too.
She is so confusing. Why wouldn't she just keep those things? Aren't they worth a lot?
Is that all you can think of right now? Money? My God, you're so self-centered. Listen to your son for 1 second. We could have had a very nice girl as our daughter-in-law, but you had to go and ruin that. Way to go, Christina. You got what you wanted. Happy now?
Why is everyone blaming me? I feel like I'm being attacked right now. When we spoke about it before, you both took my side. You were all saying it was suspicious and we should look into her job and income. You two are just cowards. You couldn't speak to her honestly. You seemed to support me, so of course I kept at it. If you didn't want me to act like that, you should have told me to stop. This is your fault.
You're the worst. I don't need this from you. But maybe you're right. Maybe this is my fault. Don't you dare go blame him for this. And now you're blaming me too? Can't you take accountability at least once in your life?
That's rich coming from you. Why is everything my fault? You were interrogating her too.
What do you want from me, Mom?
What do you mean, what do I want, Jared? Are you really going to talk to your mother that way? I thought you were doing well and I wanted to check in on you. I have someone I want you to meet. That's why I brought you here. She works for a major law firm. Doesn't that sound nice? She has a really great job.
All right, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to set me up with someone, aren't you? This is seriously the last time I am going to let you do something like this. I'll go along with it today, but then we are done.
Of course, dear. I'll make this as brief as possible. I just wanted to see you happy again. I promise I won't try to coerce you. Do you know how hard it was for me to get us a table reserved here? This is a very popular restaurant.
Yeah, I got it. Let's get this over with. It looks like you're still just as judgmental as before. That's not surprising. As soon as we're done being introduced, I'm out of here.
Oh, look! She's coming towards our table. Here she is now.
Hi there. I am Kelly. You're Jared, right? It's nice to meet you.
Hi. Yes, I'm Jared. Nice to meet you too. Oh, you look beautiful. Although you're nothing compared to Eve.
Aw, thank you. I must say, your mother showed me many photos of you, but you're even more handsome in person. I've heard a lot about you. I'm an attorney for a local law firm. What kind of work do you do?
Wow, that's incredible. You must be way smarter than me. I work in the tech industry. What do you like to do for fun?
I like to do lots of things. I've been really into exercise lately because I'm trying to improve my health, so I really like Pilates. I also really enjoy drinking wine to relax.
You drink wine? Wow, that's so cool. I don't know much about wine. Eve never knew about things like wine. Maybe Kelly is more mature than her. It sounds like I might learn a lot from her.
Oh, really? Then would you like to drink some with me tonight? I know a really great wine bar that has orders that are called flights. You get to sample a couple of different wines of choice, and it can help you find out what kind of wine you like.
Oh, wow. That sounds great. I would love to.
Well, I guess if you work in the tech field, you must be doing pretty well for yourself. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't do too bad. It's a good industry to be in nowadays. Sometimes it's tricky to keep up with the constant changes to the field, though. I constantly need to study for new certifications and find new ways to further my education. I really like my job, but sometimes it feels like there is a lot of pressure to keep up with the constant changes or else I'll get left behind.
I understand what you mean. So, not to change the subject abruptly, but I heard that many people our age are getting divorced these days. Have you ever been divorced? Or had any kind of relationship issue like this before?
I have not. You know, I don't think getting divorced is necessarily bad. Sometimes things just don't work out, you know?
That's a good perspective to have. I already ate before coming here and I'm feeling a little tired. Would you like to come and drink some wine with me? I want to get to know you better, and while I know it's more common for people to chat over coffee on a first date, I thought it might be more fun if we get a little tipsy. What do you say? If we're feeling hungry later, we could get something to eat at the bar. They have a well-known charcuterie menu.
That sounds wonderful. Should we go now? Mom, are you okay if we go on without you?
Of course, sweetie. Enjoy yourselves.
Thanks, Mom. How did you find such a nice young lady? I know how to find good people, my boy. Have fun, you two! It was great seeing you again, Kelly.
Thanks, Christina.
Why was I hung up on Eve for so long? There are plenty of other amazing women out there. Maybe I will get married after all. This new position we want you to fill can be a tough one, but I think you'll be a good fit. Your job will be to translate psychology books from French and Spanish into English. The hardest part of this job is getting the translations right. If you use the wrong word or phrase, it can completely change the meaning and make the terms inaccurate. I thought you would be a good fit because I know you're fluent in both Spanish and English, and you also have a master's in psychology. Not only that, but you finished your master's in 1 year instead of 2. That's very rare to see.
Thank you so much for offering me this position. I worked really hard with my advisor to complete the degree in 1 year instead of 2, and it looks like it paid off. I have always loved translating things for fun, and I never thought it would be something I would pursue in a career setting. I think I'm really going to enjoy this position.
I knew you'd feel that way. Every project I've ever assigned you has come back perfect. I know that you're going to do a great job. That's why I want you to fill this position.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. If I'm being honest, I felt a little awkward at first since it's only us two at the meeting. It looks like no one else came into the office this afternoon.
Oh, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be awkward, unless you make it awkward. Do you have time after this?
I should. Since this meeting's later in the afternoon, I don't have any plans for the rest of the day. Why? Did you have something in mind?
You've just been working so hard lately that I want to reward you. I know this really great wine bar that's close to here. Would you like to come with me and chat over a glass or two?
That sounds nice. But pardon me for asking, is it really okay for just the two of us to go? Shouldn't we invite my colleagues?
As you mentioned before, no one else is in the office right now. Most people left around lunchtime to do the rest of their work from home. Besides, most of your colleagues hate having to go out for a company dinner.
Well, I did feel bad for not joining you guys the past few times. I guess it would be okay if we had one drink together.
Okay, it will be my treat. Let's take our time. I think we can use this as an opportunity to talk some more about work and your new projects.
That sounds great, sir. Just let me grab my things and I will be ready to go. Should we meet down in the lobby?
Okay. See you in a few minutes. Here, let me get the door for you, Kelly.
Why, thank you! Such a gentleman. It's nice to see that chivalry isn't dead.
Wow, this must be a really popular bar. There are so many people here. I guess we should hurry and get on the wait list. Oh, Eve? Is that you?
Thank you for getting the door for me. Let's go get a seat.
Oh, do you know this guy?
I knew him a long time ago, but we don't talk to each other anymore. Let's go, sir.
Kelly, let's go to that side of the bar. It's been hard for me to meet new women and start dating ever since we broke up, but it looks like she had no trouble moving on to another man. And by the looks of it, he's much older than her. Look at his suit. She must be using him for his money. She has no class.
Did you know that girl back there?
She's just someone I used to know. We knew each other, but hadn't been in contact for a long time. Let's just say she's the kind of person we should be avoiding. Okay, this doesn't have to be awkward or upsetting. This is an opportunity to show her how great my life is now without her. I also moved on. I found a beautiful girl who is much better than her. Now I just need to show her what she's missing out on. Kelly, I know that we haven't known each other for very long yet, and we're only just starting to get to know each other. But I think I like you.
Really? I like you too!
Hold up. You just decided to quit your job out of nowhere? What made you think that was a good idea?
This isn't out of nowhere. We got married and now we're getting ready to have a baby. I need to take some time off to prepare. It's common nowadays for people to take a leave of absence from work when they're preparing to have a kid. It's not like I'm going to have it easy. You're not the one who has to carry the baby in your stomach for 9 months.
No, I mean you worked for one of the best law firms in the area and you just gave up your position? These days our economy is getting worse and inflation keeps rising. How are we supposed to survive off of just my income? Wouldn't it be better for you to keep working until you're ready to give birth and then go on maternity leave? That way we could still be saving some money.
You don't work in the same industry as me. You work on your computer all day, not with other people. Do you know how hard being an attorney is? Working in a law firm is a 24/7 non-stop job. Do you want me to go back and beg for my old job? Would that make you happy?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that we've only been married for 3 months and you already quit your job. This just doesn't seem like good timing. We don't even know if you're pregnant yet. How can you just quit and not even discuss it with me beforehand? This decision doesn't just affect you. How am I supposed to pay for our mortgage on my own? If I have to pay for all of the bills, we won't survive for more than a couple of months.
If we're struggling that much, why don't we just ask your parents for help? They have plenty of money. We both know it. I'm sure they wouldn't mind loaning us some money.
My parents don't have much money left. Plus, we used a big chunk of their savings on our wedding. I promised my mom years ago that I would never rely on her financially. I always thought I should be the one to take care of her. We can't afford to take out any more loans anyways. We already are racking up debt with the number of credit cards we're using to get by.
God! You're so annoying sometimes, you know that? This was a hard decision for me, too. I didn't make this choice on a whim. I've been having a hard time at work. My colleagues have been mistreating me, and my workload has been more than I can handle. I thought this would be better in the long run. And besides, I am pregnant.
You're pregnant? Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah, I am. It's been about 6 weeks now. I didn't expect for us to have a kid so soon, but I guess this is what life has in store for us. Do you know how they'll treat me at work once they find out I'm pregnant?
Babe, that shouldn't matter. I don't think they'll treat you any differently.
They fired my friend Jennifer shortly after she got pregnant. They used a different excuse, but it was pretty obvious what the real reason was.
We're really going to have a kid? Wow. I can't even be that mad. I can't believe we're going to have a baby.
Honey, can you get me a snack? Mom, I think he's busy. Can you check what we have in the fridge for me, please?
Of course, sweetie. Okay, it looks like you have some juice boxes and some cheese. Will that work?
Yes, that would be great. Thank you.
I'll bring you some coffee, too.
Thank you for helping. I'm just finishing up the dishes. They've been using the excuse that our baby is young and they're doing all the work for the past 3 months. I think I'm going to be stuck on cleaning duty until the kid leaves for college. I can't even leave the house without being shouted at to do another chore or to go run another errand.
Honey, what are you doing? I wanted you to get a snack for me and the baby.
I said I'm doing the dishes. Didn't you hear me the first time?
Did you just yell at my daughter? I can't believe this. She just gave birth to your child, and this is how you treat her? She is exhausted. All she asked was for you to get her a snack, and now you're shouting at her? How can you call yourself a good husband?
Jared, I'm here! Oh my goodness! What are you doing over there? Why are you doing the dishes?
Oh, Christina. I see you've arrived.
You're just lounging on the couch and making my son do the dishes. Why aren't you doing it? He deserves to get some rest too. You are seriously so annoying. I hate people like you. My son paid for this house and now you're forcing him to work as a slave in it.
Excuse me. Aren't you overreacting? My daughter is the one who just gave birth. She deserves to rest. What has she done that's nearly as hard as giving birth? Are you saying that she should have to do all the housework while he sits around doing nothing? That sounds very backward to me.
No. You're not going to use my grandbaby as an excuse for you to be lazy. I think that Kelly is just used to being spoiled. Plus, you've been staying with them for how many weeks now? Isn't the point of you being here that you're going to help them make their life easier? Shouldn't you be the one doing the dishes? Or at least helping with the cooking and cleaning? Huh. Do you even know why I came here in the first place? Kelly's body is weak right now. Even her doctor said she is healing slower than the average person. She needs some extra help because she is having a hard time adjusting. I'm not here to make your son's life easier. I'm here to help my daughter while she feels so sick. Hey, listen here. What kind of woman is so weak that she can't start doing basic chores after 3 months of rest? How is she going to get through any tough situation if she can't even get through this? I think your daughter is just weak.
Christina, did you just say I'm weak because I'm taking longer to heal? Is that how you really feel? This has been hard for me to adjust to, and I need extra rest. How can you be so cruel and unthoughtful?
Don't raise your voice to my mom. You're in no position to yell at her. And you know what, Mrs. Thompson? Honestly, it's uncomfortable having you around here all the time. I wish you would just get out of here and let us raise our baby on our own. Please just leave. I think you overstayed your welcome. Are you kicking me out? How dare you? You spoiled brat. You don't put in enough effort to take care of your family. You're making a big mistake kicking me out. I can't stand being around trashy people like you. I'm leaving. Kelly, I'm out of here. I will not be mistreated by these jerks. Good luck raising your boy.
Mom! Mom! Don't go! What the heck? How can you speak that way to my mom? What gives you the right? Now that she's gone, these next few weeks are going to be much worse than before. You're the worst.
Don't you dare speak to Jared like that. Do you not see yourself? In what world are you so privileged that you're being waited on hand and foot by your husband? He did nothing wrong. In fact, I think you are the one who has done wrong. You owe him an apology.
If I had known how overbearing and controlling you are, I never would have invited you here. I got married, quit my job, and now I'm a mom. The only person I really wanted to see at this time was my family, but you've ruined that for me. I wish I never married you, Jared. This was a big mistake.
Oh, wow. You are so unwilling to take any responsibility for this situation. You met Jared thanks to me. If it weren't for me, you wouldn't live in such a nice house with such a nice husband. I thought you were a decent person. That's why I introduced you to him. If I knew your true personality, I wouldn't have approved of this relationship.
I wouldn't have wanted to marry into this family if I knew how crazy you all were. I have never had to deal with people as awful as you.
You're the one who said yes to my son's proposal. Oh, and should we tell him the truth? I think he should know why you really left your job. I heard that your contract was about to end and you weren't going to be rehired. They were going to let you go. Before they could, you quit and used your future baby as an excuse. You lied to Jared about that, didn't you?
How did you know that? I mean, are you really sure that what you're saying is a fact? How is Jared supposed to know you're telling the truth?
My friend's son works at the same law firm you did, and I was able to ask him about you. He said you were going to be laid off, but you surprised everyone by quitting before they could finalize anything. That's why you're not working. I'm going insane because of you. You tried to pretend that this wasn't the case and guilted my husband into letting you stay home. I wish I hadn't introduced you two. This would have saved us so much trouble.
No, you're wrong. Jared, it's not true. She's just trying to drive us apart.
Are you serious? You've been lying to me this whole time? I knew something was off. I thought it was weird that you just quit your job out of nowhere, but you argued with me when I tried to question you. You are a liar. A big liar. I can't believe I trusted you. Now what are we supposed to do? You're the reason that we have so little money. Because you didn't have a job, I spent all of my money on our rent and other living expenses. I even had to start working a second job to make up for the financial loss. I haven't had a day off of work in months. It's like you pulled a big con on me.
A con? That's hilarious. How could I pull a con on you? Plenty of women quit their jobs to help out at home after they get married. It's called being a housewife.
You've ruined my life. That's it. My life is over. It's a complete failure. This is all your fault, Mom.
What? Why are you suddenly blaming me? You've been saying that it's my fault your life is so bad for over a year now. I think it's time for you to grow up and take some responsibility. Here, take this. I made you guys some food for this week. Take it or leave it, I don't care. I'm leaving. I will not be treated this way.
Christina! Wait! Mrs. Olson! Why did you tell her to come here? I told you it was a mistake to bring her over here.
Shut up. You have something to say to me? I don't care. I'm not going to listen to you anymore. Hey, I'm done listening to you. You can go live with your parents again since you love them so much. Okay? I'll give you a few days to get your stuff out of my house, but I want you gone. I need some air. I'm going for a walk.
Babe, wait! Let's just talk about this. Wait, where are you going?
My life sucks. I hate everything. I can't believe I listened to my mom. I should have cut her off years ago. Eve. Eve! I miss you. Are you happy without me? Is your life so perfect ever since you kicked me out of your life? What's this picture she just uploaded on her Instagram? Alright, my number is blocked. I can't call her from my phone. Excuse me! Bartender!
How can I help you, sir?
Can I please borrow your phone? I need to make a very important call.
Sure. Hold on a second and I'll go get our telephone. Here you go, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello? Who is this?
Hello? Hey, Eve! It's me, Jared. How are you? Are you married?
Who is this? No way. Jared? Is that you? I thought I told you that I didn't want to be contacted by you ever again. Did you not understand that? Why are you suddenly calling me out of the blue and asking if I'm married? Why should I even answer you?
I just saw that you uploaded something on your Instagram. Don't tell me you really got married. Did you do it? Did you marry someone else?
Yes, I just got married. And I am living my life very well without you. Why are you even curious if I got married or not?
Did you just forget about me? You can't have. You can't forget about me. What we had was so special.
What is the point of you suddenly bringing all of this up? It's been over 3 years, dude. Get over it. Can you just leave me alone? At this point, it feels like I'm being stalked.
I really can't forget about you. I want to divorce my current wife. My marriage is a failure.
So what? I have completely moved on and I am living my life to the fullest in my current relationship. I have a good job and a good life. I'm so thankful that I'm not in a relationship with someone as needy and immature as you. Please, just leave me alone.
Eve! 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 I miss you! I need you! Please don't hang up!
Now that I think about it, not only was my ex-boyfriend's family crazy, but he was too. I dodged a bullet when I decided not to marry him. He keeps contacting me, trying to tell me to get divorced from my new husband so that we can start a new relationship again.
I got my master's in a year instead of 2 and accepted a really great new job as a translator. On a whim, I went out with one of my bosses for some drinks at a wine bar and we hit it off. A few weeks later, he moved to another company and we officially started dating. I've been with him for over a year now. I feel I can trust him because he is extremely considerate and understanding of my work and my life goals. He cares about me more than anyone else ever has. When I look at the people I love and those that I think I know really well, I remind myself that we don't know anyone 100%. It's important to be cautious with people and to protect yourself from people who might have a negative influence on your life. I'm trying my best not to live a lazy life and to keep working hard, but I can't help but feel content. Although it was an unfortunate situation, the experience helped me to learn so many things about myself. That's why I wanted to share my story with others. I hope that you are all happy and healthy and that you look at bad situations in your life and try to find the good in them. Thank you for watching! If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more.